I was having a conversation with someone on WhatsApp. He sent me a message. So I get messages like this like almost all the time, but this one was quite, interesting. I'm just going to read it out on my phone and let's jump right into it. So this is basically laced with conversations. If you have really been paying a lot of attention, you will notice that there's a lot of dust build up on solar panels, like basically everywhere. I did a research, the effects of Harmattan on solar panels, and it's sometimes really obvious, especially in a season like this. Especially if you're now closer to the road, it's easier for this dust to be carried and placed on your solar panels. When these dusts land on the surface of the solar panels, it reduces the production of your solar panels. So in cases where you have especially like lead acid batteries and tubular batteries, they might actually be affected this season. So this is the time where people get a lot of problems with their batteries and stuff. And it's something that you actually want to look out for. At night, for example, you notice that your battery uses stays up to 6 hours, after charge during the day, or 8 hours. And during a season like this, you now start to notice that it only lasts for about an hour. It's because there's less production from the solar panels and stuff, especially when you now have the solar panel as your major source of charging the battery. So it's very, very essential that you get someone to clean the solar panels. For some of you have installers that help you to maintain the solar panels. This is the best time to actually call them. I got this message from someone, and we were just having like a random conversation, and it was just here and there. I came across your number on YouTube. So we have solar in our house, but it's been giving us issues, and I mean a lot of issues. We installed in 2021. We started with 3 panels and 2 dry cell batteries with 1.4 kVA inverter. Along the way, the inverter battery lifespan diminished, and that we can only use it during the day, and it doesn't last more than an hour at night. That's after 2 years. So we added 3 more panels and 2 more tubular wet batteries, 220 amp hour. So that was this year around March, but we noticed that the person helping us to do the solar is somehow dubious. That's another information that you want to look out for. And he says, I don't know how to put it, he buys fake products, maybe because of profit. There's so many things in this conversation that is very interesting, and what people actually feel, the actual issue is, I think, like some back and forth. So if I get any call, especially any message this season, like this time of the year, many of the times, especially when it concerns batteries, one of the things I always, take them back to is the solar panels. And because of the Harmattan and stuff, and the dust build up on the solar panels, especially during this season, you will literally not find it in any other season, because if it's hot, when it's raining, the rain sometimes would clean up the solar panels, and that's what people really rely on most of the time. Doesn't still mean that sometimes, even times when when it's not Harmattan, if you notice dust on your solar panels, you should clean them, because it will reduce the efficiency. So there's really no time to not clean your solar panels. You can clean your solar panels, especially when you stay close to the road, where there are buses moving, cars moving all the time. It's always very essential that you do that. Or when you live in areas that is not completely tarred, and it has a lot of dust around, it's very, very essential that you clean the solar panels. So and like I said, one of the first things that I told him was go and clean the solar panels. Just clean the solar panels, make sure that that's probably not what the issue is. Then he said that he already got the guy that did it to come and clean the solar panels and stuff, which is actually really, really nice. So the guy noted that one of the things that could cause it is because the solar panels could be dusty, so he actually cleaned it. Then after he cleaned it, he still had some of those issues. And I started really pressing and wanted to really know what the problem there is. And we went into the conversation of, okay, so are you sure these batteries, the old battery that you bought since 2021, was not connected, the dry cell batteries was not connected to the other 2 wet cell batteries that you actually bought? And he said that that was exactly what happened, and it's really amazing, really. It's easy to know because even for installers, and that's why I make some of these videos, and not just for installers, but for you that you're actually buying the solar panel. It's very, very important that you have an idea, at least an idea, because of what you are about to do. So you can make research. There's really nothing stopping you from making research before you get into the hands of the wrong people. And many times I won't completely blame the installers because maybe they are trying their own best also, but do your own research to be sure. So one of the things is, it's very important that you don't connect old batteries to new batteries, and that's one of the first things that we learned in the school of renewable energy. You don't connect old batteries to new batteries. What will happen is the old battery will take the new battery along with it, and eventually damage it. And that's just like very, very, very important. So one of the things that people notice is that after these batteries begin to degrade, they notice that they can still use it in the afternoons. Then at night, the battery goes down. So what happens in the afternoon is the solar panel, the solar puts charge into the battery, but it's like when you are shooting an arrow into the dark. So it gives you like some sort of fake how would I put it now, fake storage. So something that is just there for a while, just because of the solar panel. So it's the solar panel that is actually acting as the power that you are getting inside the house. That's why you notice that the moment you put off the sun goes down, the battery goes down with it also. So in that case, which was the description that he gave me, the battery has already completely gone down, and they added new batteries to it. And it's actually very funny because it's like I said, it's going to take it along with it. So what eventually happened was that the battery, it took it along with it, and the batteries got spoiled. So at a point he came back and now removed the old one. When you are trying to troubleshoot and make sure that something is not the problem, or you try to fix what the actual problem is, so he changed the battery to the new one, and that still didn't work effectively. So it worked for a while, but it didn't work effectively, and that's the reason is still because of what the actual real problem is. So he added water into the batteries and stuff, then it still didn't work. Added distilled water into the wet cell, still didn't work, and he had to take it away so that he can go and boost it. So that's another language that a lot of people use, that you think they're actually going to do something to it and repair or something like that. But with tubular batteries, one of the things that I've realized is number one, there's nothing like boosting. It's not like your car batteries, and that's just the truth. With tubular batteries, okay, some of the things that you find in a tubular battery, you find lead, you find the metal plates, you find the distilled water, and the outer enclosing is the plastic, and one of the ways, so I did some research and I realized that when some of these batteries go bad, most of these Indian guys would not try to, and I'll put some video up, will not try to replace it or try to boost it or try to do anything to it. They just remove the plates. They change the plates. It's probably because some of the plates are damaged, some of the cells are damaged and stuff. They completely change the plates, put in new lead, and put in new distilled water. So that's like creating a completely new battery. And this process means that you have to cut off the top of the battery, which is actually pretty amazing. So if you say that you are going to actually boost the battery, there's no word. It can be, when you are doing it for your normal car battery, where you just have to boost, and that most of the time that battery is still actually good. and you just you change, you go and charge the battery, but your battery is already charging in the first place. That's because you have solar and everything. So there's really nothing like boosting, and that word means, really in the actual sense, means to maybe trickle charge it, like give it like some really really big charge or something, equalize or something. And in most cases it really doesn't work that way. So yeah, there's something called equalization, and when you already have a failed battery, equalization will not solve the problem, and that's one thing that you must really really know. All right, so it can be a whole lot, but I think it all boils down to you, the people, where you get to do your own research, you get to find out what the actual problem is. And the person that actually sent me this message is Samuel. So Samuel, if you are watching this, yeah, it's nice to actually be talking about you. All right, so one of the fundamental things, I was looking through the video. I'm just going to post like a little bit of the video here. I was looking through the video again, and I was just thinking to myself that what's this, like, we want what we want, right? And sometimes it's always easier for us to look away from some of the little details. And the little detail here is lots of wiring everywhere. It's not properly covered, it's not properly housed. You'll see like tapes like almost everywhere and stuff. It's very important that even the customer themselves are safe. And you can feel like this actual installer is dubious because first of all, your work is not very neat. You have wires like basically everywhere, and that's not right. You don't want to do that. You want to keep, your customers are very important, and you have to really really carry them along and help them understand what the fundamentals of what you're actually doing is, and keep them safe. One of the things, when there was a time I used to do a lot of installations, and I've seen customers that are very very big on making sure that everything is safe because they have kids in the house. Beyond just having kids in the house, anything can happen. You want to be safe, really. You want to have, you want to put structure in place. Even as an installer, you want to be structured. You want to have a way of actually doing things that your work is neat, your work is good. So if somebody else sees it, that would be like some sort of covering for you, really. To be some sort of covering for you, to help you, because in the long run, when somebody eventually sees your work, they can actually say that you might actually be dubious and stuff like that. I don't think I want this kind of installation. I won't, even in my own personal space, I won't do anything like this. I don't think it's something that is actually, and if you know me very well, I don't talk about, I don't talk about people's work badly, but this one is very bad, and that's just the truth. It's very very bad, and let's look for a way to really get that, work on our systems and make sure that it's good enough. All right, so that's the conversation for today. I really really wanted to jump on that, to let's just have some of these conversations. A lot of people are doing a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, it's December, and I must really say compliments of the season to you guys. Thank you for watching these videos, and I'm really really excited. I've been having really good fun with family and stuff. It's pretty amazing, and thank you again. Until next time, we'll be having these conversations. Cheers.